Japan is famous for its strong culture and custom with high moral. Since then, Japanese society has had a unique culture and it's in line in cultural all over the world. It has made Japan a good example to follow. The strength of cultural start from young children, where Japanese children are taught about their cultural and custom from school. Therefore, the Japanese education system is the main pillar that ensure that their culture and custom are high priorities. The education in era globalization play an important role in producing a young generation that can respond to the transformation process in global context. The challenge of education in developing new skills for the youngest generation, such as cognitive skill and sensitivity to the relationship between individual and culture. The importance of youngest generation become a global nation, world-minded and interculturally competent. The increase in program involving intercultural learning give them opportunity to recognize cultural diversity. Accommodation of cultural value, historical context, economic priority, and global trends shape education policy in Japan. After World War II, education reform focused on democratization, decentralization, and promoting peace. Overall, Japan education policy reflects a commitment to excellence, equity, and adaptability in rapidly changing world while grappling the challenge of maintaining culture, identity, and addressing the diversity needs to student population. Before our group start presenting about the education policy in Japan, let's enjoy some of video from Japanese education policy system in kindergarten school.
自分自身の手でできるようにするためなので、しばらくはこのまま続いていくのではないかと思います。
褒めてもらってありがとうとか言ってくれて嬉しい。ありがとうございました。
Assalamualaikum and salam sejahtera. My name is Muhammad Mutasir Abdullah and I am the first presenter for this group. What is policy? Policy is a predetermined course of action or set guidance established by an organization, government, or individual to achieve specific goal or objective. It serves as a framework for decision making and govern how resources are allocated, action are taken, and outcome to evaluated within a particular context. Policy can cover a wide range of areas, including government policy determine how laws are enacted, regulations are implemented, and public services are delivered. They can include economic policy, social policy, environmental policy, and foreign policy. Next is the policy are typically developed through a process of research, consultation, and analysis, and they are often formally documented and communicated to shareholders. They provide a framework of consistent and decision making, ensuring that goals are pursued effectively and in alignment with all organization value and objective. In Japan, education policy reflects the country commitment to quality education, equal access, and comprehensive individual development. There are some aspects of educational policy in Japan. First is core principle. On the equality of access, Japan emphasized the importance of improving quality education opportunity for all citizens, regardless of social economic background. The academic quality, the education system priority high academic standard that rigorous curriculum to ensure students are ready to face challenge of the future. Second is the education structure. Compulsory education for children aged 6 to 15, including 6 years in primary school and 3 years of first secondary school, and optional education in upper secondary education is optional but highly recommended, usually lasting 3 years. The higher education, Japan has prestigious university offering undergraduate and postgraduate program, as well as specialist vocational school and junior college. Third is recent policy priority. STEM education emphasizes science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Education to encourage innovation and prepare students for career high-tech industry. Meanwhile, English language ability effort to improve English language education to improve communication and international competitiveness. The next is challenge and response. Concern about the interpressure of student, put in initiative to reduce test pressure and promote holistic well-being. Democratic change. See, Japan aging population and decline birth rate create challenge in maintaining a skilled workforce, funding education, thus rising discussion about reform and innovation in the educational system. The next is the future direction. Innovation in continue to emphasize of innovation and creativity in education to develop problem solving skill and adaptability. Now we go to the policy problem. Several challenges exist within Japan education policy framework. There are some key issues. The first is academic pressure. Examination-centric system. The intent focus on standardized tests, especially during high school and university entrance system, put great pressure on students to achieve good academic performance. Next is rigid test methods. Traditional pedagogy, the dominant use of lecturer-based teaching methods and memorizing may hinder the development of critical thinking, creativity, and problem solving among the students. The third policy problem is the gender inequality. Gender-based expectation, traditional gender roles and expectation may influence educational opportunity and outcome, leading to disparities in fields such as STEM and leadership position. The fourth is demographic shift. An aging population, Japan declining birth rate and aging population pose challenge to maintaining a skilled workforce and funding education, requiring a reform to address the democratic change and promote lifelong learning. The next is internationalization. English language proficiency despite effort to improve English language education, Japan still lag behind other countries in terms of English language provision and impacting its ability to compare globally and attract international students. Number 6 is equality and inclusion. Social-economic inequality cause gap in educational opportunity to persist, particularly for students from low-income background and marginally community. And the last is the workforce preparation. Skill mismatch mismatch causes the mismatch between skill acquired through formal education and those demanded by the labor market poses and challenge for the workforce preparation, requiring closer collaboration between educator and employee to bridge the gap. Addressing this challenge required a comprehensive approach that involves shareholders from government, academia, industry, and civil society work together to reform policy, enhance educational practicals, and promote social inclusion and equality. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and good morning. My name is Shahdira. I'm from AM228. Today I'm going to present about education policy in Japan. As per introduction, Japan education system is highly regarded globally with top performance in literacy, numeracy, and scientific proficiency. Despite success, economic and demographic challenge persist, legislating reform to equip youth and adults for 21st century. The Ministry of Education ambition is to reform agenda seek to revamp the curriculum, teaching, training, and community engagement. As for the reform agenda, the ministry said before, the reform agenda overview is National Curriculum Reform 2020 until 2022, prioritize active learning and competency development, teaching, training, overhaul, and school community partnership aim to enhance the education delivery, and then financial support initiative target low-income family and promote access to tertiary education and long-life learning. Strategic implementation. The first one is enhancing funding support. Enhancing funding support by increasing the financial assistance for EC and tertiary education to reduce disparities and unlock the workforce potential. The next strategy is using the reimagining long life learning by align along learning initiative with labor market demand to foster economic resilience and social cohesion. The next one is defining teacher roles and support. This one using alleviate teacher workload and enhance well-being through innovative training and support strategy. And the finally is to strengthen the community engagement. Foster collaboration effort between school, family, community, and support holistic education and long life learning. There are several leverage strengths for the future success, such as curriculum reform. This is also is done by aligning curriculum with emerging needs, focusing on active learning and essential skills. Second one is school community partnership to strengthen the collaboration to address inequalities and provide holistic support service. And last but not least, lifelong learning, and by enhancing accessibility and relevance of long life learning program to promote equitable access to education. As per conclusion, Japan has an opportunity to build up its education system strength and navigate future challenges effectively. The The targeted reform and collaboration across stakeholders will position Japan as global leadership in education, fostering well-rounded individual equipped for success in the 21st century.
Assalamualaikum and greetings to Mr. Raja, our lecturer for ADS 514, Introduction to Public Policy. I am Atif Mokhtarinus Raja and I will continue the presentation about the weakness of Japan education policy system. The Japanese educational system has been widely recognized as the most rigorous and disciplined in the world, which contribute to the country's economic success and competitiveness in the world. However, underlying its exterior of excellence involves a number of fundamental difficulties, which is the main weakness of this policy that have reached attention over the past several years. In Japan, they have 6 levels of educational system, which is the first one is the kindergarten. Okay, I will explain about the weakness in the kindergarten. In kindergarten, the focus on academic readiness overlook the crucial social and emotional development of children. Children need to develop skills like empathy, communication, self-awareness, which are often neglected in favor of academic preparation. In Japan, they are not focusing on the social and emotional development of children in the kindergarten. It is the most important to educate children from the young age about the social and emotional development. Okay, next, in the elementary school, it relies heavily on memorization rather than fostering critical thinking, and students are taught to accept information at face value without understanding the underlying principle that hindering their ability to think creatively and solve the problems, which is they are only focusing on memorize all the things they learn. They are not learn it for critical thinking and solve it. Okay, next, in the junior high school. Junior high school, they are focus on preparing for the entrance exams, which creates a stressful environment for students, which cause the narrow definition of success based on academic achievements, which has caused limit students' personal growth and development of critical thinking skills. Next is high school. In high school education, there are lacks of flexibility and forcing the student into a rigid curriculum. Students feel constrained by the predetermined course of study, which cause limiting their engagement and autonomy in their learning. Next is the vocational school. Vocational school suffers from the social stigma, discouraging students from pursuing their paths. This stigma leads to a lack of skilled workers in critical industry and exacerbates the mismatch between job requirement and the qualification. Last but not least, on the highest level of Japan education is university. In university, their weakness is they are more focusing on the theoretical learning and neglecting the practical skill development. The graduates often lack of skills needed for the workplace, which has contributing to the high rates of underemployment. That's all the weakness for the Japanese educational policy system, and I will present about my recommendation for the Japanese policy educational system. Okay, my recommendation is firstly promote the inquiry based learning, which can encourage critical thinking, problem solving, and creativity in education. That can allow the student to explore and discover knowledge through inquiry based methods, fostering deeper engagement and a lifelong learning. Secondly is the empower educators and encourage collaboration. Give the teachers or educators autonomy to innovate and adapt the teaching methods, which can meet the needs of the diverse learners and foster a collaboration among the educators to share best practice and improve instructional methods. For example, make a program among the educators, and then they will brainstorming and
They will share their idea, what kind of methods they want to do to improve their development skills in order to educate the children. Okay, next is invest in student support service. Provide a range of support service to address the academic, social, emotional needs of students and create a supportive learning environment where all the students can thrive and succeed. In conclusion, Japan's STEM education system faces modern challenges amid social shift and technological advancement. To sustain its global leadership, reform promoting innovation, inclusivity, and collaboration are imperative. Empowering educators and prioritizing student-centered learning will address emerging needs and ensure educational excellence. By investing in human capital and embracing change, Japan can shape a future where the learning and innovation thrive. That's all from me. Thank you.